Nigerian said to Simon, stop it. Stop with your lies. We've had enough of your lies. And I was like, when your own people start to call you out publicly, you are in trouble. And I was like, are Nigerians siding with Porsha Williams? No. So let's talk about it. 7 a.m. today, Simon chooses violence. It seems he's always choosing violence, right? Porsha did something to this man. This man does not want to fight his battles or his disputes in the courts, right? He's also coming to us, public opinion, and he knows we don't care. We are going to say whatever we think and feel. And whenever we do that, Simon gets offended. Just like the other day, somebody called him sassy. And he was like, oh, women who comfortably call men sassy, that's not a good narrative, because if you call a man sassy, you're basically implying that a woman is weak and emotional. That is not a good narrative for our community. And I was like, it is true. It's not a good narrative for the black community, but sassy is very fitting for Simon. Let's be honest. What he was trying to say is sassy has a negative connotation, and usually women are called sassy. And it's usually women who, according to him, how I interpreted what he said, he's trying to say it has a negative connotation, which it does. I know that it does. But what he's saying is women who are called sassy are often outspoken, they stand up for themselves, and they're bold. He's saying women who are calling him sassy are insulting women. But anyway, so let's move on to what Simon says. I'm going to read the post from the Neighborhood Talk. Simon Guobadia apologizes to his family for ruining their good name with his poor judgment. When reduced to a storyline, thousands of family members are affected by the narrative meant to destroy. Now, he's talking to Porsha. Porsha means to destroy Simon. But what Porsha doesn't understand is by destroying me, Simon, you're hurting and ruining everybody who has the name Guobadia. Like Porsha cares. Anyway, Simon's post said, my life is not a storyline. My life is a story of perseverance. That last line, I'm going to agree, especially based on what the US government said. You know, you've changed your name several times. Even though those things are illegal, this is a man who was going to get what he wanted, even if it had to be illegal. I didn't say he did it. The US government said he did it. Okay, allegedly. But let's read the essay that Simon Guobadia wrote about this regal name, Guobadia. I mean, how do you pronounce it? If there are any Nigerians listening, please teach me how to pronounce the name correctly, because I don't know. So Simon says, this is today, 7 a.m. Simon says, the Guobadia family has always been a prideful family, probably one of the largest families in Nigeria. Our name is literally tied to one single family, meaning most people with the last name Guobadia are related. So when one of their family members is reduced to a storyline, thousands of the family members are also affected by the narrative created and meant to destroy. Are you listening, Porsha? Don't play with the Guobadias. Anyway, he goes on to say, I want to publicly acknowledge and apologize to my family, the Guobadias, for the pain my poor judgment may have caused and brought upon our family name. I am so sorry. I beg for your forgiveness. me, who is doing more damage to the Guobadia name? Porsha Williams or Simon Guobadia? Like, why does Porsha even care about the Guobadia name right now? She's no longer one of you. She used to be a Guobadia. She doesn't want to be a Guobadia anymore. Listen, Simon, to me, in my opinion, Simon is doing more damage to the Guobadia name than Porsha ever will. He's already damaged the name, according to the US government, not me. Okay? They denied that Guobadia name citizenship. Why? Allegedly scamming and frauding. Who did that? Simon. So who ruined the Guobadia name? Simon. That was way before Porsha. I mean, you met Porsha what, 3-4 years ago? You guys got married for what, 15 months? There is no way Porsha is doing damage to the name, right? Now, let's agree. Porsha is definitely dragging Simon Guobadia through the mud, right? She's exposing that he used fake ID, lied about his criminal past to obtain the green card he has now. By the way, before I go into what the Nigerians said, some Nigerians said about what I just read to you, what Simon said today. I was watching a video and there was a discussion that if the US government wanted to deport Simon, they would have deported him already. And why is he still in the country? Well, he's still in the country and able to go in and out of the country because he still has a green card. His green card has not been revoked. And he has sued the US government. So they have to wait for that process to finish before they decide what to do with him. And also, the US government can decide to not give him citizenship but continue renewing his green card. That's an option too. So he's not illegal in the country. He has a permanent residence card. Legally, he has the right to be in the country until the government decides otherwise. Now, if what Porsha says is true, he used fake identification, meaning who he says he is now is not who he really is. But anyway, so who did that damage? Is that really Porsha? You, Mr. Guobadia, did that to the Guobadia name. Now, the Nigerians in the comment section, if you go to the Shade Room and the Neighborhood Talk, they were like, stop it, Simon, stop. Okay? We've been sitting, watching, but stop with the lies. Stop saying you come from, okay, he didn't say that he comes from a prominent family, but from the way he worded it, it makes you feel like he comes from this big, regal, prominent family in Nigeria, as if he comes from this very important family in Nigeria, right? And let me explain that, because I'm sure somebody is going to come in the comments and say, well, his family is important. Of course, all of our families are important. My family is very important to me, and my family name is very important. Okay? My family name tells me who I am. So that's super important to me. And your family is very important too. And your family name is very important. But what Simon is trying to say is Guobadia is not like Smith, right? There are so many Smiths out there. 1,000,001 Smiths. He's trying to say Guobadias, if you are a Guobadia, we are related, right? And we are one of the largest families in Nigeria. And Nigerians are saying lies. They're saying, we have never even heard of your family until you got with Porsha. So stop making it look like you were this important Guobadia. How come we Nigerians don't even know you? Well, that's what the Nigerians are saying. If I were Nigerian, I would tell you if I've ever heard of a Guobadia, but I don't know. I never even heard of the name Guobadia until Simon. But Nigerians are saying the same thing I'm saying, and I'm not even Nigerian, but they're saying the same thing. Just like me, they never heard of Guobadia until he got with Porsha. They never heard of Simon Guobadia's prominent family until he got with Porsha. I wonder whose idea it was when they had their wedding for it to look like royalty. Because that was shortly after Meghan Markle, is it Sussex? The Duchess of Sussex, right? The Queen of England. Anyway, but let's continue. So also, talking about importance of family and family names. We have to face it. We live in a world of status. Some names are well known than others. We know some names means wealth, right? Some names means history, right? If you hear of someone says their last name is Obama, you're definitely going to wonder, is this person related to our first black president, Barack Obama? You wonder. So someone is trying to say Guobadia is of that level in Nigeria. If you say Guobadia, somebody knows who the Guobadias are. And Nigerians are like, the lies you tell. Who? Guobadia who? We don't know you. And I was like, oh my God. If your own people are calling you out on lies, you stand no chance with the rest of us, Simon. Absolutely no chance. But anyway, there was something else he said that I wanted to share with you guys before I forget. Let me go back. Let me check what he said. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to bring you that quick story. What do you think? Is Porsha really ruining the Guobadia's name? And was it even necessary for him to apologize publicly? Who are these Guobadias? Can you tell us the highest ranking Guobadia, what he does, so that we get to know how prominent your family name is in Nigeria? If any Nigerian is listening, are the Guobadias a prominent family in Nigeria? And if they are, Simon, why are you allowing yourself to go through this? And yes, it is absolutely your poor judgment. You married Porsha because you wanted to be famous. You married Porsha. Both of you married each other to use each other. Porsha saw you as an old, stupid man she can take advantage of. What's the age difference between Porsha and Simon? Is it that much, really? Porsha looked at him like, okay, he's old, stupid. I'll get married to him for maybe a few years, get a prenup, get the money, and bounce. That was Porsha's plan all along, in my opinion. And Simon saw Porsha and thought, oh, she's famous, she's popular. I can use her to get my US citizenship and to make my name bigger in the USA and to get some business deals because I am married to someone famous and we're going to be on TV. So every time I go back to Nigeria, I'm going to be a very important Guobadia. You see, what Simon wrote in here, he was planning to make the Guobadia name a prominent family in Nigeria. He was the one who was going to do that. But he's telling us that the family is already that important. He's lying. What do you think of this story? Is Porsha damaging the Guobadias? Or is Mr. Guobadia doing the damaging? Anyway, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Until the next one,